Sun's almost up. Been here for 45 minutes. He might be pulling a no-show. Lots of other deer here, but not him. Well, he seems to not be showing up, so I better get hiking. There's some other canyons over here that I've seen him in over the years, so I definitely upset his routine. I think the only reason he was out here last night was because he stopped at the first big patch he could find when I bumped him, and then after it got dark he moved, because he's been here every day, but not now. Okay, late morning, back at camp. I thought I'd show you guys a little bit about living in the backcountry and kind of the things I pick for camp. First of all, I'm really careful where I camp. I am about a mile from the deer country. I'm almost on top, so my scent's being carried away by the prevailing wind. But I'm close enough that I can walk out of camp and not have to go too far if I just want to do a quick glassing session like this time of day, or maybe an evening that I'm not out on the mountain. I always pick a place that's got shade, especially these early season hunts. You got 12, 14 hours of daylight, you just get worn out. I don't hunt all day unless I find a good buck and I'm just staying on him. If I haven't found a big buck by mid-morning, I usually can't find them. Now, if you're just hunting average bucks, then yeah, you can get out there and pound away all day and turn them up in their beds. But I always pick a place that's shady. It doesn't make for good pictures, but it makes it so you can get some rest. It's easy all winter to think you're just going to come up here and grind it out for a week and walk 30 miles and all your training's going to pay off. You can't train for this stuff. After about 2 or 3 days, you got to get some rest, and there's nothing wrong with you if you need some rest. So I always pick a comfortable place that I can get in the shade. If I need to take a nap, I do, so that I'm charged up and I'm ready to go and I'm not sleeping in the mornings and I'm out on the hill when the deer are moving. I thought I'd take you for a quick tour here. I'm living literally on a 25-degree slope, but there are some flat spots here. That's my picket stake, and I've just hooked that onto the horse's back foot, and then they can feed in this grass out here and don't have to pack in so much horse feed. Come back in here. You can see I got all my stuff hung up. I keep my bow up in the tree, keeps it off the ground. Mice do chew on things, harder for them to get to up there. Made myself a saddle rack, same reason, keep all my stuff off the ground. It's got a cover if it rains, I can cover all that stuff up. There's my Nalo 3G tent from the guys at One Shot Gear. I love that thing. It is probably bigger than what I need, but part of the reason I don't like pup tents is you get up here for 7, 8, 9, 10 days living in one of those little tents you got to crawl in and you can hardly sit up in. It just wears on you. You'll start missing home and thinking of your soft bed, and the next thing you know, you're headed off the mountain. So I love this thing. It would really be good for 2 guys. I think it weighs something like 6.5 pounds packed, but for all the room you get, look at the size of that vestibule. I just love it, love it. Build myself a little kitchen down here. This isn't bear country, so I can eat right out of camp. You can see I pack in a couple small pieces of plywood. I line my panniers with them. You old guys will appreciate this. If you're constantly having to bend down to cook things and pick things up, it just wears on you. And just being able to get things up off the ground, it just improves your mood. It really does. You can see I got a little coffee going here this morning. Ooh, it's about ready. The old Whisper Light done me a good job all these years. So I've got my kitchen right here. Keep the groceries hung up in the tree. Keep them away from the mice. Head down to the horses here. Try to keep my horses tied at least 50 yards out of camp. If you don't, they'll keep you up at night, pawing the ground, kicking rocks and stuff. They're probably not quite 50 yards from the tent here, but I'm still sleeping pretty good. I hear them a little bit, but this slope is so steep. This was the only flat spot I could find to tie them up, so I just trimmed some brush out over there too. I feed him on the ground. You can see I got his breakfast going right there. He must not be very hungry. He's not eating it. I do pack in some horse feed, although I do graze him on that picket stake. And I'll let him go in the afternoon. Just tie one up on the picket stake, let him wander around, get some exercise. I don't ride him a whole lot when I'm up here. It's mostly just walking. So they get a little bored, but they're pretty calm. I think it's good for them. Tames them up a little bit. So anyways, that's camp. Got to have a good camp. You're going to be in it a lot if you're here a long time.